Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fu San Soo Association's first annual show. We hope this show will be entertaining and enlightening to you as to the history, philosophy, and combat techniques of this ancient Chinese art. Kung Fu is broken into two parts. Kung in Chinese meaning working, Fu in Chinese meaning man. San Soo in Chinese, this word entails a broad meaning and when translated into English is defined the complete use and versatility that in man's hands are capable of in the realm of hand-to-hand combat. Therefore, Kung Fu San Soo is in its broadest meaning is translated a man learned, articulate, and active in the use of his hands in combat with another man. Since the advent of man, there has been a continual disagreement and agitation which is evident throughout history. At first, fighting was an individual matter performed in a disorganized fashion without art. As the Chinese keep their knowledge of the art much to themselves, the exact details of its origin and development are very obscure. Approximately 4,000 years ago, some intelligent Chinese monks within the confines of their monastery created and organized a system of hand-to-hand fighting. Thus, Kung Fu San Soo evolved as the first organized system of hand-to-hand combat. About 400 years ago, this system was introduced to Okinawa, where it was adapted and become known as Okinawa Tay. In many other parts of the Far East, it underwent a radical change, intermingling with native forms of unarmed defense and changing from forms using natural circular motions such as those found in southern China, Num Pai, to hard forms consisting of theatrical poses and postures as seen more frequently in the art today. The old system underwent yet another change when it moved to Japan about 1917 and adapted itself into the Japanese culture and personality. The public has been exposed to demonstrations of numerous methods of Oriental fighting and often associated breaking, board breaking, toughening of the hands with becoming an effective fighter. The public image of the ancient Chinese art thus includes a number of misconceptions. First, board breaking and brick breaking are of a theatrical nature and have no connection with the techniques of fighting. Also, these supposedly superhuman feats are executed by trickery and under false pretenses. Second, the claim that developing calluses on the hands and breaking certain bones are methods that develop power and strength is completely false. Any medical doctor can verify the fact that damage and continuous injury to the bones and nerves of the hands will decrease their power and quickness. A clarification of our psychology is most important. First, confidence in oneself is the main ingredient which enables a person to perform effectively and consistently. In contrast, the other Oriental fighting systems claim to instill in their students a mystical ingredient which they can depend on in moments of stress. In other words, a crutch is given to enable the person to perform, thus creating a superficial type of confidence. We strive to develop a strong respect for our fellow and which is based on the supposition that the mind and the character of any individual cannot be completely known. Because of this supposition, we know that we cannot determine who is a fighter and who is not a fighter. Kung Fu is not a sport, but a fighting technique. It is based on combination of punches, kicks, strikes, and blocks done in perfect rhythm and directed to vital points of the human body. These techniques can be changed instantly to suit any situation and do not necessarily follow a set pattern. The utilization of highly scientific principles in physics involving movement and leverage, as well as intense concentration and controlled breathing, gives a fighter extreme power. Agility, balance, coordination, humility, and respect for one's fellow man are also emphasized. An important and integral part of San Soo fighting and training is that of form or katas. Now, forms are pre-rehearsed, and a lot of these forms that you're going to see today are show techniques, show forms. Forms are pre-rehearsed and sets of movements which are utilized to help develop one's full potential. Balance, coordination, ability, agility, timing, and so on. Forms also can be utilized for exercise. What we have in store for you now are various types of hand forms and weapons forms. Please remember that the following are pre-rehearsed. First, we will demonstrate hand forms. Hand forms may have any amount of numbers of moves and can be done either individually or in a group. Let me introduce Juan Mesa, who will demonstrate an individual form. Okay, next we have three individuals, Joe Abad, Jose Navarra, and Eric Callahan, and they will demonstrate a group form. Also, Patricia Navarro. From the Ontario School. Okay, now we will have a demonstration of various individual combat weapons forms. Let me introduce John Peraza from Montana, who will demonstrate his staff form. If I seem a little dizzy every once, these are reading glasses here. When I look over here too, I get a little dizzy. So if I'm if I'm kind of messed up here sometimes, it's because I'm dizzy. Dizzy all the time. Okay. Next, we have Ben Brandt, the instructor from La Habra, and he will demonstrate his sword form. And next, we have Kurt Bellman. Now we have the instructor from Anaheim, Daryl Clardy, demonstrating the Taekwondo. About 40 pounds, developed strength, else. You know, these weapons sometimes so heavy that it's a good thing we don't have to do them twice, just once. Okay, now 40 Barrett will demonstrate the long hunting swords. Okay, now the instructor from Riverside, Al Rubin, will demonstrate. Looks beautiful, didn't it? Okay, now we have the instructor from the Ontario studio and our master of ceremony. By the way, that weapon was called a halberd. Okay, now we have the instructor from Buena Park doing the ribbon for Vince Gokoza. Okay, next we'll have the instructor from Covina, Bob Estrada, demonstrating the spear. Okay, now a very unusual situation. Jerry Tucano and Pepsi Garcia from Riverside will demonstrate a snap sword. Next, we have Rusty Wallace and Max Maria. Maria will be doing the chain and bar, and Rusty Wallace will be doing the chain. Rusty, they're from Ontario also. Now, Steve McKenzie from Ontario is to demonstrate the butterfly knives or sandos. Next, Joe Abad from Ontario will demonstrate the double axis. Now, the instructor from North Orange County, Larry DeSacco, demonstrate the size or child. Now, Tim Gostecki from Riverside will demonstrate. I can't believe this. It's already halftime. So what we're doing next period is we're going to see our fighting techniques. So please don't leave. This includes our first half of our show. Our second portion of the show will be showing our combat fighting techniques, and there will be a 15-minute intermission. Thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Hope you enjoyed the first half of our show. Now here's more action. This first is a self-defense routine done by Dave Simons. There are thousands of combinations of combat techniques in Kung Fu San Soo, and they are divided into 5 basic areas. The first area is the kicks and punches, and Ben Brandt will demonstrate some of those. Okay. Next, flips and throws, and Bob Estrada will demonstrate some of those. Rodriguez, Vince Picosa. Next, pressure points, and Rusty Wallace will demonstrate those. Round techniques, and Al Rubin will demonstrate. We will now have various ranking students demonstrate hand-to-hand combat. Now, these techniques are not pre-rehearsed and may be changed to fit any situation. You know, when you're in the street, you just don't automatically say, would you throw me a right punch, please? Or give me a right kick or left kick. So these kicks and punches come from nowhere. They just come and you defend yourself as best you can. The students first will be Steve Atencio and Joe Abad. You know, when you're defending your life, you can see there's nothing sacred on the man's body that you use. Very good. Thank you, Steve. No matter if you're a big person, a little person, you still should know how to use and protect yourself. And these next two will prove that. Joseph Abad and Jose Navarro. Good, thank you. We told anybody that's hurt, just lay there about 5 minutes, and if they don't get up in 5 minutes, we'll just pull them over to the side. Okay. Again, we have Joseph Abad and Eric Callahan. We have Little Joseph and Big Joseph. Okay, thank you. Okay, next, Dave Hopkins and Ron Walker. Thank you. Jerry Tacano and Pepsi Garcia. Next, Tim Gozdecki and Kurt Bellamy. You know, when you're defending yourself, you do almost anything. And now we have the Hill sisters, Jamie and Sammy. Don't attack these girls in a dark alley. Thank you, girls. Thank you. Next we have Steve Atencio and Matt Correa. Thank you, fellas. Next, Gene Contreras and John Davidson. Thank you, fellas. Next, Eric Callahan and Patricia Navarro. Okay, fine, thank you. When Jimmy started teaching, he found that we Americans were very award conscious and belt conscious, and ever since we were little kids, we needed a little star if we wanted to drink our milk and stuff like that. But so Jimmy devised the belt system for us, and that usually takes around 4 to 6 months to get your yellow. And everybody starts off with a white belt. Then they go to yellow to green, green to brown, and brown to black. And then we have degrees of black. First degree, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And on the 8th degree, you become a master. The belts that you'll see out here today, we're wearing our sashes today. The white belts are for the anyone below a black belt. The black belts wear the black sashes. The instructors will have the gold sashes, and the masters will have the red sashes. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is a rape defense, and this could be a typical rape scene. And Jeanette Cook is going to take on the villains Ben Brandt and Jim Mccrory. Okay, now we'll have some of the instructors demonstrate the hand-to-hand combat techniques. And I'd like to bring on Bob Estrada here for a few minutes. Bob has the Ontario School. Gentlemen, Bill's going to show us a few ways that you can protect yourself. One of the ways is with blocking of kicks. Okay, first thing you can do is catch the leg and sweep at his other leg. Okay, or you could break the leg. Okay. Or you can catch the leg and lay down. Here's a few ways you can block a punch. First, an out block. How about a cross block? Or you could grab the arm and lay down with it. Okay, here's a few ways you can use your body against an opponent. First, by using the fist. Backhand punch. Or a palm. You can finger jab. Or he could grab his hair. Ouch. Or you could lay down behind him. Okay, some other ways to use yourself are your forearms. Or your knee. Or your knees. Okay, here's what you could do if somebody was going to choke you. You could punch to his solar plex. You could knee to the groin. Fingers to the eyes. Grab to the hair. Or you could just walk away. Okay, here's some ways you can get out of holds. Let's suppose an opponent has your arm behind your back. You can step behind and hammer to the groin. Step behind and bring them over your leg. Okay, let's suppose an opponent has his arm around your head. Slap to the groin. Or grab his hair and drop your knee. Okay, these are not
pre-rehearsed techniques, okay? The movements or combination of movements can be changed to fit the situation at any time. Last, we have the three-man attack. Suppose you're going to get attacked by three people. Okay, now from the Davina studio, demonstrating a pre-rehearsed staff fighting routine, John Davidson and Jim Mccrory.
Thanks, brothers. Thank you. Next, we would like to introduce to you Al Rubin and Gordy Barrett, who will demonstrate offensive and defensive techniques with the knife. Now, these techniques are not from China, but come from our staff defense techniques, basics. Al and Gordy are showing you things that could be done offensively with a knife and defensively with a knife. Hopefully, if you're fighting five guys, you hope you have a knife too, you know, especially if all of them do. Next best thing is get one of theirs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce the Hill sisters, Sally and We have a public service. Now, Dave Hopkins and Ron Walker will demonstrate a routine using all counters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to have Jimmy's top belt instructors demonstrate hand-to-hand fighting. First, we'll have Al Rubin, third-year master from Riverside, Robert Estrada, seventh degree from Covina. Now, again, I want to stress that this is not pre-rehearsed. And you don't even know what you're going to do until it happens, till the punch comes. Okay, fellows, thank you. Next, Vince Souza and Jim Mccrory. Jim, fourth degree from El Monte, and Vince is a first-year master from Buena Park. That's your pass from the. You know, people say sometimes, why don't you guys follow through with your punches? But the only thing bad is after the first punch, you don't have a partner to work with anymore. So that's why we Okay, fellas, thank you.
Okay. Let's have Bill Lassiter, eighth-year master. Thank you. Okay, how about Ben Brandt from La Habra? Kenny Ness from La Habra.
Okay, fellas, thank you. Next, Rusty Wallace, sixth degree from Ontario, and Ron Scanlon, fourth degree from Ontario. I'd like to introduce Jeanette Cook, Master from El Monte, and Ron Mesa, third-year Master from El Monte. Now Larry DeSacco, 6th-degree black belt, and Daryl Clardy, 7th-degree black belt. Curtis was the local county army, and Bill was the commanding army. Okay, fine, fellas. Next, Dave Simons, a 4th-degree black belt, and Gordy Barrett, first-year master performer. Next, Kenny Nice, 7th-degree Al Hinojosa, a master from Montebello. Okay, fellas. Now, Ben Brandt and Larry DeSato. Okay, Ben, thank you. Okay, Daryl Clardy and Al Hamilton. Okay, fellas, thank you. Mesa and Jim Mccrory. Until you really stand up against these guys, you don't know how big they are at any time. Wow. When you throw them on, it's, you gotta be a weightlifter, I think. Okay, fine, thank you, Rick. Okay, at this time, I hope I haven't forgotten anybody because I'll catch it if I have. But at this time, we'd like to introduce some of the non-participating instructors. And Bob Koda, 7th degree from Covina. It's Chuck here. Chuck. I'm going to say Chuck's name if he's not here. That's okay. Chuck Mccrory is a second-year master. Okay, from Paul Borzov, 5th degree. And let's see, Dean Murray, 3rd degree from Pasadena. We also have Dave Gonzalez. Is he here? Downey. We have two people that we didn't, I guess I didn't write it down, but two people that haven't demonstrated yet. And we'd like, for them, you know, when you come down here and you plan to work out and everything, and you'll get planned out, a little tear comes right from your, it does me. Jimmy forgot me once. I couldn't believe it. I went to a demonstration. I was ready to work out, and there was a lot of people there, and I didn't get to work out, and a little tear came right there. So we do, you know, you get worked up, you get psyched up, you know, and then when you don't get to work out, you. Oh. Okay, Vince Olander from Ontario. Vince, the tall one there, he's got the children's class, and boy, what a class he got. Okay, fellas. Thank you very much. Okay, now we better get down to business here. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the man that is responsible for us being here, Mr. Grandmaster Jimmy H. Wu.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the boy and girl, all you people see the eyes is Kung Fu San Soo. Kung Fu creator in the monster over 4,000 years. San Soo is specialized for offense and defense. Not for you how to learn how to beat up everybody. We change your mind to even use your body the way it should be used, and you know how to use yourself. Not because how strong you are, or how big you are, how smart you are. So that's what the art creator, San Soo, is a special right. Like you go to school, you learn special course like lawyer, doctor, what you take it, and you build that profession. You come in, you automatically exit, you confident. For instance, your mind can use your body 1,000 different ways, there's no end. How effective your mind could be, or how you use yourself. So all those techniques here, when you see, they doesn't contact, they contact somebody gonna hurt real bad. Because you might use your hand, go for head fun, or your eye, your brain, your heart, your liver, your spring, the press point, fluid point, all the joints in your body, your tendon. When you contact the full fall, you could paralyze a man for life, or you could learn a man for life, or you could kill a man. Fact. So later on, I saw you something, what a form, and you could go fast or you could go slow. All depends how you use yourself. I explained it to you a little while, pretty soon. A few movements with saw or with hand. This here, I've been doing this in my family for 5 generations in this life. 100-some years in my family. So, like an old day, Chinatown, every Chinese New Year, I'm going up there among thousands and thousands of Chinese people, hundreds of our family cousins. They all know me before I was born. I know they know me before I was born. Why? Because they know my dad, right? So anyway, I don't speak well good English. Somehow I put the English together, hand every bad. If you people will never hear me speak before, you probably have a little difficulty understand what I'm saying. Okay? If I could speak well good English, I would be a kung fu man that good today. Okay? So, I wish I have an education like you young man or you young woman. They said I have a kung fu as good as I am. I thank you very much. I'm gonna show you a few movements, how to use a weapon. Beat it down a little slow. Coordination, body and mind. If I show you a little technique, how to control your mind, confidence on yourself. If you want to do something, just like I know how to say hi. Okay? I don't speak English too well, right? I know how to say hi. But I'm not afraid to say hi. That's the important. See, when I know somebody trying to hurt me, well, I know I can take good care of you. I take care of you the best I know how. Maybe it's better you lean in there when I saw you feel the technique, okay? So first, this man here, if I want to control that man, if I don't want to hurt him, for instance, if I can turn him around here, I make him feel comfortable, see? So he feel hopeless because you all didn't see that, don't feel that, you didn't know. But this man feel hopeless right now. For instance, like this, I get over here, see, the whole area is real hopeless. Okay? Now, so here I hit, right here. I'm still on top of your leg. Life, I can break your neck. So real easy. Right there, you stay there, clock and keep right in the door. You stay. No. tell you now, I want you ladies to learn something here, real easy. For any man, get a hold, do something in the sport, you do to set up, but then come before they sit down. See how simple it is? It's real simple. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce our instructors now.